Today is Friday, December 27th, and today I'm wondering what to expect of the Cowboys on Sunday in Philadelphia and what we raised in this year's Normathon.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Are all financial advisors fiduciaries? Fewer than you think. Not knowing could reduce your lifestyle. Hi, I'm Mitch Kramer, founder and CEO of Fluent Financial. A fiduciary is a regulatory term to reduce conflicts of interest in wealth management. A fiduciary always works in your best interest. A non-fiduciary advisor might put their compensation or company ahead of yours. At Fluent Financial, we are certified financial planners acting as fiduciary advisors. To learn more, go to fluentfinancial.com or Fluent Financial's YouTube channel.
What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp. Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House. The original Bob's on Lemon Avenue and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
The Cowboys last week had nothing to play for and put forth an unbelievable effort in beating Tampa Bay. This week, they have nothing to play for again, and their opponent, Philadelphia, does have something to play for. Philadelphia needs a win to clinch the NFC East. And we don't know yet whether Jalen Hurts, their quarterback, is going to play or not. And his backup, Kenny Pickett, he hurt his ribs last week, and I guess he'd be ready to play, but it sure does make you iffy trying to figure out what's going to happen to this game with quarterback problems for the opponent. Now, that said, Philadelphia's smarting from blowing a big lead last week against Washington and putting themselves in this position of needing to have another W. But Philadelphia might well decide we're going to rest Hurts, and for all we know, rest Pickett also, because Philadelphia next week has the New York Giants, and they're puppy food, basically. And Philadelphia could then beat the Giants and then waltz into the playoffs. But who wants to take the chance the ball will bounce the wrong way for the other team on the last game of the season? Dallas is 7-8 on the season. Just when it looked like the whole year was going right down the toilet, this team has won 4 of its last 5. They have shown spirit, camaraderie, focus. Their defense, with 5 starters missing, is playing solid football. That's a big credit to defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer. But offensively, this team doesn't have many weapons. And the biggest of those weapons, CeeDee Lamb, he has been shut down for the rest of the season because of his injured shoulder. That leaves the Cowboys with very little in the way of weaponry in Philadelphia on Sunday. There's no question last week the Cowboys played incredibly. But now they've had a week to think that they'll not be going to the playoffs, and realizing they don't have CeeDee Lamb, and you wonder emotionally if the Cowboys can get back up again this week playing a team with purpose. Next, we'll look at what we raised in this year's Normathon.
Mary and I are Crest Cadillac people. For what, about 15 years now?
That's about right. Crest Cadillac XT4. Perfect size, perfect ride for us.
Crest Cadillac at 121 on the Tollway in Frisco now has terrific offers on the Cadillac Lyrique and the soon-to-be available all-electric Escalade. GM Mike Brusen's team is fantastic to work with. So join Mary and me as
Crest Cadillac people.
Every year for 24 years, the day after Christmas, we've done the Normathon. We have big name guests. It is a 14-hour broadcast, which, to tell you the truth, I surprisingly handled pretty well this year, physically. We have major auction items to auction off. We already had sold out the car raffle. We drew those winners. We had our 12 Days of Christmas auctions. And when everything was totaled, everything, including people who donated on the donate button at the Austin Street website, this year we raised $440,660. For our 24 years, we have now raised $9,950,000 in cash alone. That does not cover the many other things that have come to the shelter by way of the Normathon. Thank you to the guests, to the co-hosts. Thank you to the people who donated those items to be auctioned off. Thank you to those of you who bid on those items, the winners and the losers. Thank you to all those people who bought car raffle tickets. That's the centerpiece of every Normathon. And another thank you to those who decided to go to their computer, go to the website of Austin Street, hit the donate button, that's austinstreet.org, then you click on Normathon, and there's a donate button. Now, if you'd still like to donate before the end of the year, that'd be fine, but it won't be added to our total for the Normathon. Your generosity will touch and better so many of the lives that come through the always welcoming doors of Austin Street Center for the Homeless.
Today's episode brought to you by Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. And by Crest Cars. There's good, there's better, and then there's Crest. And by Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering with Norm Hitzges. If you enjoyed what you heard, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will be delivered to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you know someone who might enjoy our work, please share it with them. I'm Norm Hitzges, and I'm always just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.